Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Danica and I'm a clothing reseller on the Poshmark app. I sell mostly on Poshmark Canada, also on Poshmark US, and today's video is just a very basic how to make sales on Poshmark. I have made a video like this before. This one is updated for 2021. There are some new features that have been added to Poshmark, and I just wanted to give an insight on basically how I run my closet to make sales. It's important to note that the same strategy doesn't always work for everyone, and a lot of the information in this video might be redundant. You might have heard it somewhere before, but like I said, this is just how I make sales on Poshmark. So before we get into it, if you have watched my other videos before and like them, make sure you are subscribed to my channel so that you get to see all my videos. Let's be besties. Okay, so let's get into it. The first thing I have on my list of ways to make sales is sharing. Sharing your closet is the #1 thing. Everyone says it, everyone knows it. Is it to do with the algorithm? Who knows? But that is how you make sales on Poshmark. So in terms of sharing, there are a few options. Obviously, you can manually share your own closet. If you have a smaller closet, like I manually shared my own closet for a few months when I started. I didn't have that many listings, but quickly realized that it's just a task I do not like doing by myself. I just get bored of sharing. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's not a task I enjoy. Some people are just like put on a show and just share your closet. I can't. So very quickly I hired a VA. You will hear that term a lot if you're in reseller communities, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit. VA stands for virtual assistant. So it's basically someone you hand your closet over to and they share your listings. You might be worried about information breach, but honestly, all they get is your password, and they can't change your banking information because Poshmark has two-step, what is it called? You get a text or email or whatever if someone tries to change your banking info, if it's you or if it's not you. So if they try to do that, they just won't get the PIN to access that information. The worst they could do is, I guess, purchase something, but you could cancel it, I guess. And I've never heard of anyone that would be such a huge risk for them because it just wouldn't be worth it. So in terms of virtual assistants, there are so many options. There are people you can hire on websites like Fiverr who usually get paid. I've never used anyone on Fiverr, but I think you get paid by the amount of shares maybe. There are also companies that are virtual assistants. I have tried a couple. I tried Virtual Posh Assistant and I tried Reseller Assistant, and those are expensive. They can run from $80 to $120, $130, $150 US per month. And there's different levels of packages you can buy of number of shares, if you want them to follow people for you, if you want them to send offers for you. My personal opinion on this is that these companies are using bots to share your closet. That is my honest opinion, and I'm not saying that because I don't use them anymore and I have bad blood with them. I just have transitioned to using a automation myself, and seeing how the automation works from the other side has made it so obvious to me that these companies were just running the automation and charging me 4 times what it costs. So again, this is just my opinion. That is total speculation. It's not confirmed. I haven't gone undercover at these companies and, you know, seen what they do. This is just what I think. But I mean, considering that the automation tool I use now has the exact same features that were in the package I was using for the virtual assistant companies. Anyway, so the other thing to consider is that using automation is against the Poshmark terms of service. I've heard of one person who said that their Poshmark closet was shut down because they were caught using automation, but it was a temporary ban. They weren't just like kicked off and never allowed to sell on Poshmark. So to me, you have to think of the risk versus the reward. You need to think, okay, what's my plan if they do catch me? What am I gonna do if I am kicked off the platform for a week or 2 weeks? Like, if you're selling full-time and you cannot go without that income, make sure that you are, and you still don't want to share, make sure you are hiring someone legitimate who is manually sharing your closet. Okay, second point on my list is you need to consider your closet setup. Do you want to have a small curated closet with a small amount of items that are going to bring you a higher price point, or do you want to just be a volume seller? Right now, I am basically a volume seller. I am, in my opinion, some people have way bigger closets than I do. I keep around, usually hover in the 300s of active listings. So in my opinion, that's a big closet, but some people have 500, over 1,000 active listings. This is where I feel comfortable. I'm making multiple sales every day. Usually I still have 0 sale days, but I probably have plateaued, and I probably could make more if I was listing more, but this is where I feel comfortable. So the pros and cons of each is obviously, like I said, a small curated closet. You will have a higher average sales price, ASP. It totally depends on what your cost of goods is, but if you can source high quality items, you need to sit down and figure out, okay, what's the max I'm willing to spend for this return? Right now, I'm sourcing a lot at the bins, so I'm paying 75 cents to $1 per item. I am not worried about what it's gonna sell for. I know eventually it will sell and I will make my money back. So the next thing I have on the list is researching style and comps. That is the #1 thing I think people complain about. I get DMs and inquiries. Can you look at my closet? I'm not making any sales. And a lot of the time I will look at the closet and the listings look fine, the pictures are okay, the descriptions are okay. They're just not items that are in demand, either style-wise or brand-wise or price-wise. So, I mean, I source things that I know are not going to be quick flips, but they are personally items I like. But I know that it's going to sit a while until the right buyer comes along. There are ways to have your closet set up so that you are making amazing sales every day. You just need to be on top of researching what is selling on Poshmark. Just go to a category on Poshmark, filter it by sold, filter it by the price, let's say $50 to $100, and make notes. And next time you go sourcing, be like, oh, this brand sells well, this style sells well. It changes so quickly. The trend cycles right now are just so quick that you really need to stay on top of it. So next I have is supplies. What I want to talk about in regards to supplies is not to worry too much about it. I resold part-time and kind of full-time for a long time with just my phone and a hook on the wall, basically. I did get a printer a few months into reselling, but I bought like a $40 Canon printer. I just bought myself a thermal printer last month, and this is after 2 years of reselling. I am just someone who wants to make sure that my investment is going to be worth it. It's a lot of money. You don't need to spend a lot of money. I got a ring light, but that was because I found it on a really good sale, and it helps with my YouTube, it helps with Instagram, and it helps with photographing. So if all you have is your phone and an internet connection and like a nail in the wall or a hook in the wall, you're good to go for a while. You can grow your Poshmark significantly with just that. Once you start seeing money coming in and you have spare, go ahead and upgrade your supplies. But if you're in the US, use the free USPS supplies. If you're in Canada, use free boxes you can find somewhere. Put a note in your neighborhood classifieds that you will pick up Amazon shipping supplies. Like, you can make it work. I personally use some recycled, but I use a lot of poly mailers I have purchased, but you can make it work. At the beginning, I was buying packs of bubble mailers at Dollarama, so it does not need to be expensive. Next is just to continue researching. It kind of ties into what I said earlier, but you want to make sure you are watching YouTube videos. Jack and Ryan, like Flip Thrift, they make bolo videos like every season, you know. So if you want to know what's trendy, you need to stay on top of that. You need to know what to pick up to make money. It's not complicated because the information is easy, but of course it gets complicated when you go to the thrift store. If you can't find those things, then you can't find them. I totally understand that. So, but as long as you know what to look for, then if you find it, then you're like, okay, this is gonna pay for my whole trip today. I encourage anyone who resells part-time, full-time to, if you want to make a separate Instagram account, or if not, just to follow resellers on Instagram and kind of make new friends. You can bounce ideas off of each other. You can kind of see what everyone is doing, not to do what they are doing, but just to get ideas. And I have found that so helpful. And last on my list is different strategies you can use to make sales on the Poshmark app. So first, I have closet clear out. I have just started using this method, and honestly it works pretty well for me. I don't use it that much on Friday, but definitely every Sunday I use it, and every Sunday I usually make like 5 to 8 sales, which is a decent amount for me, I think. So basically my strategy for closet clear out is I do send offers to likers, which I'll talk about after, throughout the week. I'll stop sending offers on Friday, and then Saturday I will send a message to everyone who has liked items from Friday, Saturday, and then throughout Sunday I'll make a bundle for them and add the item to the bundle and put a message that just says, hey, today's closet clear out, I saw that you liked this item. If you're interested, I can drop the price to whatever, and then Poshmark pays for discounted shipping. Let me know if you're interested or if you have any questions. And then if they say, yes, I'm interested, I drop the price, and then I comment back, price dropped, and then they purchase. It's happened once that I dropped the price and the person ghosted me once. So I'm really liking that strategy. It really cuts down on the shipping discount I'm giving out that comes out of my earnings. Second is the offers to likers. I do still really like this feature. It's something that I've used heavily since I started reselling on Poshmark to make sales. So my strategy has changed. I used to just send like the 10% and the shipping discount and then just hope for the best. Now I usually throughout the week will send like 10 to 15%, and then once a week, usually Wednesday or Thursday, I will send a deeply discounted offer. like 40 to 50%. I'm able to do that again because my cost of goods is pretty low because I source a lot at the bins, but that's what I find creates a competition because everyone who has liked the item gets the notification, and I make really good sales using that strategy. And yeah, just use an aggressive offer to get people's attention. I know personally as a buyer, when I like something on Poshmark and I get either they add it to a bundle and offer me 8% off, or they just send like a 10, 11, 12% offer to liker, I'm like, no. But that's just me. I am cheap like that. So at the end of the day, I think to summarize this video, what I would suggest you do is to work with what you have. Don't worry about buying all this expensive gear. I mean, sell through your personal closet first. Don't go out and buy all these things to sell. If honestly, it also helps to work out the kinks in your Poshmark closet if you're just selling things from your own personal closet. Second of all, do your research. Third of all, find your groove. You will eventually fall into a groove where you're comfortable with the amount of things you're sourcing, the amount of things you're listing, the amount of shipping you have to do. And last and most importantly, I preach this all the time, is do not compare yourself to anyone. Just don't do it. If someone else is killing it, that is amazing for them. But don't start getting into your own mind like, oh, well, there's something they're not sharing. Those numbers can't be right. They probably are. And instead of feeling like you're not doing as well, you need to find the inner motivation to get to that level, or don't. I mean, personally, I never wanted to be a full-time reseller. It just happened when I got laid off from my job. And I'm really excited to be transitioning back to part-time because reselling is no joke. It is so much work. So, I mean, I have been so lucky to be able to keep bringing in a good income. In the last year and 3 months, I haven't been working, but it was not sustainable for me. It was not something I wanted as a full-time thing. So I'm excited to be part-time again. And yeah, so again, do not compare yourself to anyone. They're doing awesome, you're doing awesome. You just like keep your head in your own closet and focus on what you're doing. Focus on how you can improve your closet. You know, try out different strategies, try out different offer amounts, try out listing every day or listing every week or doing drops, and you will find what works for you. And yeah, okay, that was everything for this video. Thank you for watching. If you watched it all the way to the end, I super appreciate you, and I will, as usual, have links to my Instagram and my Poshmark closets down below. If you have any questions, send me a DM. I love chatting with basically anyone. And yeah, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know how your closet is doing. If you want like a closet consult, please let me know. I'm happy to do that. And yeah, all right, see ya.